Good day to everyone, wherever you may be in any part of the country, depending on the time and when you get this video. This video is for as many that have sent me message on my comment section. But first of all, I want to thank those of them that really understand me of what I'm saying and believe what I'm saying, and those of them that are experiencing right now what I'm saying. I'm going to be picking the message one after the other. And those of them that are still becoming doubting Thomas, I will answer your question. And I pray that you experience what I am saying, so that you might one day sit in this video, do your own video and tell people the truth, because this is the truth and I will tell you the truth. Now, I will start from people that said to me somebody said to me that if I should come back home and buy 3 bags of garri, then 3 bags of rice, then I'll understand how it is scarce the food is in Nigeria or in other part of the country. But I will talk of my country that I know very well. Now, 20 kilogram of rice here, 20 kilogram of that, if you convert the money, it's about 70,000 naira for 20 kilogram of rice, which is not a bag. And it's only 30,000 naira to cook. A bag in Nigeria is 100,000. To get a bag of rice in Nigeria is about 100,000. Now, the last time I went to Nigeria, it was about 40 something thousand. Now it is 100,000. Yeah, 100,000 naira. Then a 20 kilo of bag here is about 70 something thousand naira in Nigeria. Then it's 20 kilo. It's not even up to. It's not up to a bag. It's not up to a full bag. Then a full bag of rice in this place, a full bag of rice in this place will get about, if you put the money, it will get about, if you put the money that they have, it will get about 300 to almost, let's just call it almost 500,000 to 400,000 for one bag, if you can buy a full bag here. And people cannot be able to afford a full bag. Some people cannot afford the bag. Some people goes for a little bag of rice. Some the littlest bag of rice, the little one, this is just little one, those little one, you see about 20 something thousand to a little bag, not even up to 20 kg bag, just a little bag of let's say about 5 kilogram of this. You get about 30, about 20 something thousand to 30,000 naira. Then when you come to a tuber of yam, do you know how much a tuber of yam is? One yam, one tuber, they scale the yam, they cut it and scale it. We cut. Nigeria does not scale yam, but they cut yam. They cut that part of yam into two. One of them, one if they scale it, it depends on what it comes out. Sometimes you might come out 5, you must cover that almost 10,000 naira when you cut it to 2. You cut about 10,000 naira. Then when you go into the market, this is just a yam. Then when you go into the market to buy, like you eventually see a tuber of yam. That big tuber of yam you see there, you'll be hearing about 15,000. But in Nigeria, you can buy yam of 3,000 naira. That yam you see there is 3,000, 4,000 naira. In Nigeria, I bought yam in Nigeria 3,000. What about plantain? Listen. Why don't you answer a message that whenever we go back to Nigeria, when we are coming, we buy every stock. We buy all the stock, every stock. We'll buy it in Nigeria because it's cheaper in Nigeria. We'll buy it. We'll load it. People load it, and when they load it, but when you go to the airport, you see the custom, the immigration taking a lot of money from you. If it's not enough, they leave you to carry it. If it's enough, they will say, why do you think people carry stock, fish, stock things? They carry a lot of things. They carry it because those things are hard. It's very hard if you are eating African food here. It's not easy to eat an African food. Even of their own food, yeah, to eat in their own food service is costly. I want to tell you, you see this garri, go and check how much is garri. And garri there, you can buy 1 cup. They don't buy anything like 1 cup here. You can get a cup of garri. You can get a bowl of garri. But one crayfish here, one small crayfish you see here, crayfish you see here, one small crayfish here, you hear about 3 something. Let's say about that, let's put about about that 3 That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 3, 6, 3, 3, let's say 5, 400, 400, 800, 6, 8, 800, 900 and something, 800. Then you get, let's say about 3,000 naira for just a small crayfish. A small crayfish like this. Just a small crayfish. Yeah, but if you take 3,000 naira to the market in Nigeria, you can buy a big bowl of crayfish. You see what I'm saying? Then talk of stockfish. This is Nigeria. I'm talking of Nigerian food or Nigerian food to eat. Then let's go to their own meal. Each of their meal, to go to a restaurant to eat a meal. You want to eat a good meal. You want to eat a meal in a restaurant. Except if you want to eat chicken and chicken, to eat a meal, you have to feed a bowl of rice. Just that meal here, you hear about 20 something, 20, that is about 40,000. You are buying just a bowl of rice, a bowl of their own rice there, just a rice. You'll be seeing about 40,000 naira when you convert the money. It's about 40,000. I know this same rice I bought about 40,000. When I convert the money, it's 40,000. That's what they're eating, 40,000. With 40,000 naira, you will cook. With 40,000 naira, you will cook good food in Nigeria. But this is what you are bringing, a bowl, and you are telling me that that here is better, that this place is better than Nigeria. Then let's talk about sleeping in the hotel. People cannot afford sleeping in the hotel. Sleeping in the hotel, if you want to get you want to sleep in a hotel in this place, you will have about, you have about the cheapest hotel that you have, 100 and something, 70 something pound, 100 and something. Then calculate the money. That's cheapest. So when I say cheapest, is as little as a hut. Then, but if you take that money, that let's say about let's say about let's say about 100 and something thousand for a small hut, small limited hotel. Then when you have 100 and something, how much is a good hotel? When I slept in Nigeria, I went to Nigeria to sleep. I saw a good hotel like 15,000 naira, 15,000, 20,000. Then if I take that 100 and something to go and that 100 and something, I will sleep in a hotel, good hotel with correct place here, solid place, nice. I want to tell you, what the best place you want to sleep in, the best room in Nigeria, have 15, 20,000, you sleep in a nice place, and you see how about this thing. Then let's talk about the payment. If you are working, you are being paid here, you are being paid. Your tax that they take, the money that, oh my God, the money that you take, you're paying your transport alone. You're paying on the transport. Paying on the transport. When you touch your transport, a week transport. You call it about a week transport. You call it about just a week. You call it about 50,000 naira. In Nigeria, when you call about 50,000 naira a week transport. I'll be going out to show you a week transport just about 50,000 naira. Then if you don't have a week, daily is about 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, a day is about 15,000. If you're doing a day ticket. Then what about you want to get into a train? You want to get into a train. I'm talking of you to train. You want to take into a train. You want to get into a train. Then if you want to buy just one day, a day is about 20. A day, just a day. A day, this thing is about 12,000. A day, one transport, just one day running, 12,000. In Nigeria, you can hang on a bus. Yeah, you can even beg. Yeah, you don't beg. If you go, the inspector catch you, they have their own inspector, they get into the bus and catch you, it's a criminal offense, you go into prison, go for prison, yeah, you have to pay a fine. If you don't pay a fine, you understand me? You don't pay a fine, they will send you to prison. Yeah, if you don't pay the fine, you go to prison for it. It's a criminal offense. But in Nigeria, you see somebody that can easily get into a bus, can even beg, only begging. The driver to come inside and sit down. Yeah. And the last time I entered from here to Lagos, how much did I pay? 1,500. 500. I tried the transport in Nigeria, 500 to here to Lagos. The money I spent, but that day I spent about about 2,000, 3,000. Then 3,000 naira. How much is 3,000 naira? If you convert the money to 3,000 naira, it's like where you are holding like £2 or something like that. You understand me? Then let's talk of getting an Uber. Uber in Nigeria, if you pay good Uber is 5,000 naira. How much is 5,000 naira? But here, Uber, you want to enter you want to enter black taxi from one drop to another drop. You see, if you start with maybe some drop, you say 20,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 20,000 naira. Then if you have any this thing, it's reading. If it read, at the end of the day, you see yourself paying more than what you are paying. Then if you call a taxi, just a cab, just a cab. Some cab from here the least you have the cab from here, you have about 20,000-30,000 naira. Yeah, it depends on where you are going to. They check it with your with the postcode of where you are going to. The postcode of where you are going to, they check it. But in Nigeria, you can use 5,000 naira and enter. You can jump into 5,000 naira, even when you tell the 1,000 man I have 10,000 naira, a man will agree. They will carry you. They have seen where they carry me from here. A man carry me all through. And I gave the man 10,000 naira. Yeah, the man was happy. Yeah, the man was happy. I do go, listen, I'm answering you that is telling me about buying this thing. Listen, with what if I can go to Nigeria? Now how many bag of rice? Okay, let me tell you how many bag of rice. I bought about 7 bag of rice, and if you see in this country, I can't buy 7 bag of rice. It's not easy. Do you know how much is 7 bag of rice? To buy 7 bag of rice, even 1 bag of rice here, 1 full bag of rice. You know what is 1 full bag of rice? I'm just telling you, 20 kg. 20 kg. Then talk of when you are buying. That means you should have about 1,000 plus. That is, you have about more than 1,000 plus. Not that almost 3 million. If you calculate the money, you see 3 or 6 million naira. What about clothes? I have bought jeans in Nigeria. Jeans I bought in Nigeria. I took how much? I was having about 1 jean here, 1 jean of clothes. If you want to do 1 jean of clothes. Let's say you get jean, you go to online. Online, you get jean. The jean that you get, 1 jean of clothes, you'll be having about 30,000, 40,000 naira. But do you know I use 40,000? I entered the market in Nigeria. Yeah, I entered the market, Lagos Island. Yeah, Lagos Island. I entered Lagos Island. Good boutique. You see what I was getting. I used 40,000 naira. I got enough. You see, jean 2,000, 3,000 naira. Yeah, 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. Yeah, the nice jeans, cap, everything. Yeah, I got it. I loaded. I said, what? I loaded. My bag was filled. Nice clothes. See, let's stop neglecting our area. I am not saying that people, listen, I am not saying that people should not travel. I am not saying that you not travel. Before you travel, check your rate, check how it is, check your rate. There are many of us now that have sold our houses, sold our land, told that have thinking in fantasy that if they come to the ground, they will start picking something on the floor. They start picking money on the floor, and when they come, they are trapped. And because when you have entered, listen, it is not easy for you to come out again. You just have to face the system. You just have to face the system. People are crying on the street. People are crying. And now, it is not even easy this time around now that the people are giving, because they are also trying to manage their own economies. The system is not what we expected. Nigeria does not have that kind of system. The only problem is because the government of Nigeria are not sitting down to think very well. Let me tell you something. Talk about this parking space. Talk about parking space. Parking. Can you park anyhow? If you park anywhere you park, if you park and you don't pay for your toll, to pay for 1 hour parking, no 1 hour parking, just 1 hour parking. Do you know how much you 1 hour parking? 1 hour parking you have to pay. And if that is not your route, you will pay for congestion fees. If you pass your route, every car has its limited. A lot of people park their car. They don't drive their car unless weekend. Weekend is when they have free trunk, and from a time to a time. That weekend is from a time, maybe in the evening to certain time. That's why people will park their car for 1 week. People park their car for a week. So people park their car, they don't drive their car, they'll be using leg, train. They'll be using train, bus, and be going to work, train a bit. When it's weekend, that's when they start driving car. But in Nigeria, do you park your car every day? In Nigeria, you can drive. You can buy a car. You can drive your car from here to Lagos, from Lagos to travel to village. Nobody will tell you congestion fee. But if you pass from your locality where you are, listen to me, oh, if you pass from your locality where you are and go straight, you're going to the city, get ready to pay congestion fee. Now, how much is that congestion fee? That congestion fee is about, when you calculate the money, on this thing, it's about, let's say, about 160,000 naira. And if you don't pay, it's a problem. 160 just for that day congestion fees. It depends. If you pass a lot of congestion fees, you pay more. The more you park, the more you pay. If you park, Uncle, what of parking? When you park your car, when you park your car, you have to pay for your parking ticket. If you don't pay your parking ticket, now how much is parking ticket? They will come and drop penalty. You pay for that penalty. And if you don't pay for that penalty, you will lose your car. That's how serious the system is. Then check, in Nigeria, you can park anywhere you like. In Nigeria, you can park. In Nigeria, don't park. Make sure you park, or just park anywhere. Nobody will come and say, you pay for toll, you pay for this, you pay for this. I went to Nigeria, I was driving my car so easily. I drive my car, boom, you park, boom. It's only when you go to the beach. When you go to the beach, you don't pay. They help you to look after it. You just pay them, give them. How much did I give them? 1,000 naira. I stayed in the beach from morning till night. 1,000 naira I gave to them. 1,000 naira, and they were jumping up and happy. Even when there's a place that when I make it 2,000, the guy was saluting me. How much is 2,000 naira? How much is 2,000 naira? Here in this very, very place, on this place, you cannot ask for credit. There's nothing like credit. Hello, there's nothing like credit. You can't ask for credit. People hungry. Some people are picking on the dustbin, food that people throw. Some people left food in the, maybe if you eat, listen, I'm eating a chips, you eat a chips, and immediately you drop it, somebody is waiting for you. As you leave, boom, the person took it, boom, the person take it, and start eating, people pick, listen, people go see drinks on the floor, whatever, they take it, boom, people pick clothes to wear. People pick clothes to wear. People pick clothes. Even the charity, you go to the charity, you can't get things cheap. When you go to the charity, the same charity you went to, you must pay for the clothes to wear. You can never go into a shop if you steal a thing, you're in problem. You see, even common coke, you go to prison or common coke drinking. That's how the system. So you are coming up to tell me, but in Nigeria, I remember a guy, I was in Nigeria and I saw a guy who was coming to ask for a bread for credit, and he was giving. And I was like, whoa. I said, madam, wow. People say, we do credit. Now the guy will pay, He always come, he always stay. He doesn't have the money now, but he pay monthly. You can't, it's also people that they pay monthly, that after that, I had to pay for that guy anyway. But I'm talking of the law, that law, the pay monthly. That is, this guy will come, take that, and at the end of the month, the boy will come out his salary and give some and think have some. Somebody that earned 200,000 in Nigeria, 220,000, even somebody that earned 20, 30,000 can keep his money, can have money. There is nothing like tax payment or anything taken from it. The person can even help himself one way or the other. We know. But the system, in all these places they are telling you, is not helping. Now, if those one of you that answer me that you come back. Now, let me tell you, see, if you never enter, you no go understand. If you have not gotten in, you will not understand. Now, let me check. There are many of us that have come to Europe that left, not because we left Nigeria, because Nigeria is bad. Because when I was in Nigeria, Nigeria was still good. The economies of Nigeria was good. Then it was good. It was not as bad as it was then. And we didn't leave. I didn't leave because of Nigeria. Nigeria had any problem, because I wanted to go and school, and also school. Then things was really, really okay. Like I was saying, things was okay. Then if you don't need like people, they really need workers. You don't need like much to get all you need your NRO. You just get a job and you'll be working, and there's work. Yeah, the people are they really needing people to work because there was no much people. There was no much people out then. There was no much people out. At that time, there was not much more art. Yeah, the system was because the system was not as hard as it was, so it was okay. It was okay. And we don't need to like begin to say we are giving money out in Nigeria because Nigeria also was okay. People were not looking at you to bring anything or anything. So things were fair. So as things grew and grew and grew and grew and grew, economy become hard, global problem become hard. It started affecting all these countries. And the more it affects, the more they tighten the system, the more they make the system so that they can have their own favor. So what I'm saying in essence is that at this present time, it is not as it those days. And we that have been like stayed for a very, very that have gone long, that stayed for a long life, you don't expect we that say you don't expect because we have gone through the system, we have seen the system, we have been there, we have stayed when it was good and when it was fairer and when it is becoming hard. So how do you expect somebody that have stayed so long like that? You understand me? So long like that to begin to no, because the person is not tired. I'm not really tired. I travel to anywhere. I will go to Nigeria and come back. So I know what is happening in Nigeria. I know what is happening here. What I'm saying is that somebody that have seated, when people have stayed long and they are telling you the truth, believe what I'm saying to you. Believe what I'm saying to you. Because there are many people here that are saying this and that and saying this. Listen, it is not about you saying it. It's about you coming. I want you to come. Yeah, please. Leave the country and come. Then you understand. I've gone to France. I've seen Nigerians crying. Not only Nigerian, African cry. I've seen somebody crying. Somebody in the bush. Yeah, somebody crying. In the bush crying. Because them that are there, they want their own. They want to also benefit from their own economies. And this person was crying from Africa. Was crying. Even if you see the kind of rice food he was eating, the person was eating rice. The rice he was eating, there's no meat, there's nothing, and he was hiding himself, being in that place, hiding himself there. And you came to the country. Your agent left you. And how long did you came? 1 year ago. 1 year ago, the person has no paper, has nothing. He cannot afford to stay in a house. And he was saying to me, do you know that when I was living, when I live in Nigeria, I live in a whole flat, and right now I see me in the bush. How do you expect this person to come back? How do you expect this person to come back home? Tell me, how do you expect this person to come back home? The person has entered. He has sold most of his property. He has sold everything just to come and have a better life. At the end of the day, see him where he is, and the better life is not having it. So how do you expect the person to just come back? And when the person come back, how is he going to start? And that is the reason why many people that are up here, they are telling you the truth. One thing, let me tell you, that I am educated. Listen, traveling is an education. It's an education to know other people's culture. There is difference with that somebody want to travel to go and live in a country, and there's relocate to a country. There's different that somebody travel to just go and visit a country. They're different. If somebody want to go and visit, the person visits and go back to his country. Why the one that want to go and live is different. So those ones that want to go and live in a country, that's why I advise them that before you travel to any of the country that you feel that you want to go to, please study that country. Ask from people who are there. Ask the right people to tell you how that country is. Ask them. And somebody will answer me, what do I expect them to do? That is what I'm saying. Now, what do I expect them to do? I said, if you want to travel, some people some people like to travel. A lot of people like to travel. Yeah, it is good. Nobody is discouraging you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that, can you please study? Not only browsing, ask the insider. Let the insider tell you the truth. Let somebody there tell you the truth. And make sure not one, not two, not three. Make a lot of research. Let somebody tell you the truth. And you make your decision. You feel that, this is what I can come and face. Well, come. But you that can make the decision, make sure that after you make a decision, when you enter that place, don't ever you start crying or start regretting it. It's not about the beauty. It's not. If you look at Nigeria, it's getting. Nigeria now they are doing this estate, they're building estate. Listen, there is one thing that is happening in Nigeria that I've never seen in my life. People now, you see land are being sold. Estate are sold in hand. I think estate something, a land, you see a land of 500,000 naira. Do you see a land of 500? You can a land of 500,000 naira in this country? No. It's small. If they want to sell a house, to sell a house, just a house, not a full house. I mean, just a one flat, one, like what we call self-contained, like what we call one room flat, one room bedroom flat. How much is one room bedroom flat? Some of them go for almost 200,000, 300,000 in the currency. Then when you convert the money, it's millions in Nigeria. But people now you can buy a house in Nigeria for they have a house of 30,000, 30 million, 20 million, 15 million. Some land about 500, selling under government rate, under this their government rate, there's a bonanza and everything. I've seen a lot of them, and you can even pay instrumental. There's nothing like that. And in Nigeria, you can pay. Okay, let me even come to the house and you can rent a house in Nigeria for a year, 2 years. But here they don't do renting for 1 year or 2 years in all this country. 1 month alone, only what you pay for 1 month. 1 month is about a 1 month house. If you are living in one room self-contained, some people pay about 1 point something million for a month in naira. 1.7 million naira. I'm not talking of the rate. I'm telling you of how much. 1 point. Let's say one room self-contained, one room, just one room. Your collect your this thing is 1 point something million for a month. 1 point, just put about 1.2 million, 1.2 million naira. I'm talking of naira. I'm not talking of 1 point. I'm not when you exchange the money, so can convert that money into the rate of what I'm telling you, 1 point something million naira. And if it is that month, there's nothing like I don't have the money to pay. There's nothing like that. They don't do that. They don't listen to that. You don't say I don't have the money to pay. If you don't pay the money, 1 day of that money, if it's that day, they don't see the money in the bank. The next day, bailiff will come to your house to throw you out of the house. If they throw you out of the house, you go to court. You have to tell them the reason why you cannot pay. And you have to tell the court the reason why you cannot pay. You have to pay your money. Bailiff will come to the house and throw you out because somebody is there to take over. You don't have to tell them, I don't have money. You have to pay the money. There's nothing, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing like pleading. Not like Nigeria. To a lot of people I've seen a lot of people that have not even paid their house rent for some people have not paid their house rent for 2 years. Some people have not paid, and the landlord is still being merciful to them. Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen somebody that have lost his job and have not paid for, and the landlord is still allowing the person to stay. Yeah, it's still allowing the person, but making and talking with the landlord, and they're saying they have all those kind of messes. But in this place where I am and other places I go to, there are nothing like messing like that. You have to work hard to pay that your money. If you don't have job, what about the job? Now they are talking about job. Do you know how many people that goes for a job? And do you know how many people that are looking for job? Those people that have the paper of the permit to work, because if you don't have permit, you can't work. You don't have work permit, you cannot work. If they catch you, you'll be in problem. But in Nigeria, is there anything like work permit? Is there anything like work permit? Nothing like work permit. As far as you are in Nigeria, you work, you come into Nigeria. If you see work, you can work. When you work, nobody will disturb you. As well as a conductor, whatever thing. Even conductor, you have to have work permit. Cleaning, you have to have work permit. Any job here, you have to have work. And it's not easy to see those jobs. It's not easy to see those jobs. It's not easy right now. But it's like what I was about before. These are jobs that you can easily just meet. When that was long time ago, when I tell you long time ago, when I came long time ago, I just say long time ago. That time cleaning job, all those jobs, you can just easily go and you just go and they will just give you the job, you start working. But now you have to have work permit. You have to go through interview. If you have that interview, you're going, go and check. When they say when it is job, go and check. You will see a lot of people that came for that cleaning. A lot of people. You will surprise. You look, is it? Yeah, a lot of people came for that cleaning. That cleaning. You understand me? So the only way is that some people are still surviving. I want to say some people are still surviving in the country, but people are surviving because they have what they call job seekers, job this thing that way. You understand me? If you don't have job, you can have some little this thing because you got your paper, you got everything, you are under the system, so you have some little thing from the government that so you can take this small money and be helping yourself. Those are the people that are grounded in the country that have stayed long. When I say people that have the paper, that have the real paper, that has everything, that have the right for public fund, that have the right for all those things. Yeah, those are important. How many people have that? That's what I'm saying. How many people have that? A lot of people are crying on the street. A lot of people are sleeping. I've seen a lot of people sleeping in the this thing, and when the police come, they go to the street. You see people carrying and sleeping, and you see the police will come and chase them off that place because they're not supposed to sleep in that place. They're not supposed to sleep. They're not supposed to. Some people are sleeping. Okay, I'm going to be going around to show you people sleeping on the street. The people sleeping under the bridge, under some kind of tunnel. You see them sleeping there with cold. This kind of cold. See them, they're cold. They're cold. Talk about rentage. Many companies cannot even be able to rent, to pay for a place, to pay. But I know a pastor that came to this country, registered his ministry, and want to have a place. When he told me how much it was to pay for a month, he said, He said, I said, tell me, he said, do you know that the money I have to pay for every month is like, convert the money in Nigeria is about 5 million for a month, 5 million naira. He said, listen, look at that 5 million, I'll use it and look at where Nigeria, that the pastors will be given a place to take pastor to your ministry here. They just build they can build this block with that money. Some of them people begin to build, begin to build that place for them. They don't, when you even rent a place, they say, come and see, just a shop here, just to take a shop to make a ministry. There, that shop, they will not pay more than, they will not pay. How much will they pay? Some 60, 50, 40, 20,000, 30,000. Some pay 100 or 200 or 100,000, or you pay for a whole year. I've seen a shop for 30,000 for a whole year. Pastor using for a whole year, 1 year. So what are you saying? I have replied people that are telling me this, and now there's a video I want to do. Those of them that also that are using by the road. They go by the road. They want to go by the road by arms. Go and see what is happening on the road. Somebody was talking about people that used to all these means of traveling. They want to use through Morocco, they want to use through Libya, they want to use, they go and see what somebody is saying, what is happening to them on the street, on the road. Because they're endangering their life, endangering their people. And if you see how much they say they pay, when I was hearing this guy saying it, because I know that guy, I did not take that route, I did not take that, but the guy was saying that how can somebody pay all those money, and when you get to where you are, even the money you pay, if you calculate all the money, it's almost 3-4 million naira. How can somebody pay all those money? Then when you're paying 4 million, why don't you use it and establish yourself? And maybe find out a way of doing normal, establishing yourself, find a way of doing one or two things, get money out of it, then you cannot travel. And most of the time, some people don't have anything left at home. They do not have anything. At least if somebody wants to travel, if you have such a money, you make business out of it. You know you have money that in case of anything, you can return to something. Like that guy was telling you, the one I met in, and what about the one I met in Turkey? What about the one I met in Turkey that is crying? I know how much I have to give him in dollars. He take. The guy was crying and said, oh, my brother, I can't go back again. I said, I understand. I can't go back. I can't go back because if I go back, I don't have anything to rely to. How do you expect? So it's better I just stay like this and be waiting until the day that God will smile on me. You see that people in Turkey, so they don't have people, they're sleeping, they're staying inside their house. They stay inside their house for 1 year, 2 years. They can't because police everywhere, immigration carrying people. Now they are coming and taking people, deporting people anyhow, taking people and deporting people, taking them out of the country. Because listen, you do not need to blame them. Don't blame them, because the global situation now is getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. It is getting, people are closing their border. 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 Yeah, they are closing because it is stronger. Just look at just like Dubai. When Dubai started, Dubai want everybody boom, 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 boom. But today, go and see what Dubai is doing to people. Except you just want to go and visit there for tourism, and every time you go out from there. But now you can't live in that country. They don't allow, because things are now, it's not getting easy the way people want it. Listen, when a country want to build, it just like the one they're talking about Canada, the one they're talking about when the country want to build a country, yeah, everybody boom, boom, because that time is easy. But as soon as those people that have gone there, they have all given them stay, they have stayed, they have other ones coming, maybe it's not hard. When it's hard, country close their border. You don't blame them, because they want to save their own resources. It's just like people traveling to China. Why China is coming to Nigeria to make a good event. Look at what China is doing in Nigeria. Look at what China, South Korea, all of them, they're building a big, massive company in Nigeria, eating good. When they see them, when they are coming from their place, we used to see them when they are coming, they don't even look. But when they enter Nigeria, they look fresh, good, they begin to make good money. You see them, the best club, they go to the best club, eating, making money. A China man told me in Nigeria, a China man when I met, I say, but I've told the China people are just coming to Nigeria. I say, yes, now Nigeria has good resources. Nigeria is making money, good money, making money. I say, eh? Say, yeah, we're making good money in Nigeria, man. When then we build school company, we are making good money. But I say, what? So our own people say, because your people don't know that they can make money from here. Go and check. What about all those celebrities that you are seeing? Some of these celebrities, they only come here, they run away because there's money. You see YouTubers, some boys building up things, be making money. Listen, when you cannot make money where you are, it's like the place is the worst. That country is the worst country so ever. I am saying based on everything, and I'll be talking more. I just want you to watch this guy and see what this guy is saying. And those of you that are replying me, I'm going to be taking more comment that I might reply to the comment. But I want to tell you, truth is bitter. Truth is bitter. It is only somebody that take the boldness to tell the truth. But truth is bitter. It is bitter to hear. People don't want to hear it. But I beg you in the name of Jesus, wherever you are, please come. Oh, come. Then you understand. There's somebody I was telling me in Nigeria, saying, hey, now I've read a nurse. I'm not a nurse. I've read a nurse. I've read nursing. You see, so people are deceived that I've read nursing. I'm a graduate in federal nursing in Nigeria. And now I want to, if I travel, I want to travel. If I travel, you told me that if I travel to UK, I travel to this thing, I will go there, I'll start working. I laughed. I said, who told you that that's what an agent is? And the agent is about to take big money from you. I said, an agent told you that. Now I said, okay, let me tell you the truth. I said, if you read your book here, if you read your nursing, and you feel you will come to that place and start working, it's a lie. First of all, you need to reapply for a school and you start afresh again. Your nursing is not recognized out of that place. You see, it's not recognized. You have to apply for a school. You have to apply for a school from here. From here, you apply. You don't even need that agent. You have to apply. They show that you have an experience. So yeah, you have an experience, but you still have to start from level. They will give you admission. After I give you, you will pay. To pay for a school, you hold about 9,000 something. Convert that money to 9,000. That is almost, you convert that money, I'm talking in pounds. You get about 9,200 pounds. You convert that money for a student for a year. Convert that 9,000 something, and convert that 9, and it's not even, I think student international pay more. Then convert that money. That's almost 1,000 pounds is almost 2 million something million. Then convert that money is about that. Let's say about 18 point something to 20 million. Somebody is taking 20 million. Somebody is taking 20 something. Let's call it 20 something million to pay to a school. Then if you have that 20-something million, is that not a better life? Then in Nigeria, the school that you went to, the nursing school they went to has not even gotten of that money. If you take the nursing school, the federal nursing that you went to, you have not even paid up to that money. Because I know how much a university student, if you come to a federal university, if they pay, that is very cheap. You come to Lagos State University, even come to private university, that money, private university, highest you spend in private university, highest spend is not, it will not be up to 2 million or something you spend. Then you are spending, if it's up to that, I know somebody that went to private university in Nigeria. Private university in Nigeria, don't pay up to that amount of money to go to that school and finish up. Then talk of the federal one is even cheap. You see that one, you see, they don't even pay. It's only your handout and everything. You after that you pass, you pay some small fees. I know how much the other person pays small fees, that almost 20,000 or 30,000 naira. That my cousin paid to get into as a medical doctor. That is now, and then they are paying. There's one award even they are paying them money. Talk less of people that go to Lagos State. I know how much that they pay. Then you that want, you're paying 20-something million. 20-something million, you convert it, you take it to pay. Then if you have 20-something, that is what you have. 20-something million. You have 20-something million, and is that not a better life? Tell me. And you okay, let's say you now pay that money, you now get into that school. You get into that school, you might not even have permit to work. It depends on the immigration's decision. They might say, no, not every student that work. They might say, they don't just stay on your school, and if you can't go and work, so how do you make that money? And even if they give you work, if they even give you permit to work, it should be 20 hours. How much is 20 hours? And that 20 hours, then you might not even see, because there are a lot of people that are that are studying, and they have not even seen job to work. They have not seen the job. Because they look at the hours and say, no, they are not seeing the job. And then when you finish, they will sit there to go back home. You have to go back home. Because you want to talk of so many people in NHS, in their hospital, and these are not. So that is why sometimes I advise people, I was telling one of my cousins, I said that, listen, it's better you just, if you know you want to come and school, just come and just school straight and school. There's no need spending the money here and there, since you want to spend that money. Because if they give somebody 20-something million, it's a better life in Nigeria. 20-something million, you can do a lot of things. The person is paying for just one. When I think it's not for 4 years, this is 1 year for just first time. You pay 9,000 something. You pay another 9,000 something. You pay that is for first time 20-something million. Then calculate for 3 years. That's almost 100 million. 70 to say just put everything for 100 million. Then if you have 100 million, you have 100 million, and you are sending this 100 million. You have 100 million. Is that not a better life? You see how we think. Somebody will take a whole 100 million for 3 years. And you're telling me you're suffering. I don't know now. You're telling me that you want a better life when you already have better life. You see the way we think. And them, they cannot do that. They will never. Them, they cannot do that. They will not go and take that kind of money when they have that money. They say, no, it's too costly. I can't do that. Let me manage. Yeah. That's what we are saying. Except you are their citizen. If you are not a citizen, they will not even assist you. They're what they call assistant of the school, their own main citizen. Before you get to that aspect, you must be a real good citizen of the country before they will ever you get to that aspect of say you want to go to school. Yeah, there's government funding, but you will have to pay back. But before they give you that money, you do like this. Before you get that, you will do like you that is a citizen self. You that if there's a level of capacity before they say yes, they say we will help you. Before you are liable to public. I don't want to say anything. Listen, I those of you that they're telling me, come back. Listen, let me tell you, please, I'm begging you, I'm leading. See, I am on my knee. I'm begging you, please, come. Come and experience with your eyes. Somebody say, I would like to experience. I say, please come. I'm telling you now to come and experience it. Because if you do not experience it, you will not understand. Listen, There was somebody that was telling people, and people thought that it was a joke. I told people there, and he told his brother, he said to his brother, listen, if I will advise that you should stay around. Get money, let me give you money to do good business, start yourself, do, if you want to visit, you can visit. And he was saying, hey, you too, you too now, why don't you come, why are you here? Because he said, why? Do you know what I saw, what I suffered, what I went through, if not for God Almighty? That's what his brother was saying, and he was looking, and I was laughing. And I know what I told him, because then I was not coming out. That was one of the things that motivated me anyway. I was not coming out to them. I said, listen, no matter what you tell the guy from Money I will not, because you're wearing Tutania money, you're wearing this thing. Well, fine. I said, let him, yeah. He said, but I can't pay for school for him. I can't pay for school because I don't have the money. I said, yes, listen, your brother cannot pay for you. Yeah, because the money to pay for school, what money does he have to pay for school? Do you know what he's paying for school? He said, if you want to visit, let him come and visit. He visit. And that was how he did. I'm telling you, that boy now is crying. Because the boy, the boy has stayed in the country for like, for this almost 8 years, he has no papers to work. And then they are chasing him everywhere. He has no paper yet. And his brother have tried one day to put an application on him, but they are telling him, Mr. Man, will you go back to your country? Yeah. And now the boy is crying, Dad, bros, I need to go, please, I want to go back. I need to go back, please, I want to. His brother said, no, I don't have money for you to go back. You have to stay around and let's survive it. That's what I did. Survive it, man. Survive it, yeah. His brother said, no. It's not like his brother, because he don't have the money. He told him, I don't have the money. I spent the money for you to come. So I don't have money for you to go back. And the assembly, let's survive it. Survive it. Because I was telling you that I am also trying to survive. You think it's joke? A person will know wear the shoe. Now you not gonna wear the shoe they pain. And what I mean is that that shoe that is tight, is you that wore that shoe that is tight, that knows how that shoe is paining you. But when you speak it out, people think you are joking. Now my shoe is paining me. Is that you saying that this shoe is paining you? Why are you saying you put your leg on the shoe now? Then you will understand. Anyway, guys that spoken for long. If you have hear what Jimmy White is telling you. And as many people that are saying to you, but I needed to watch this video. I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm not telling anybody not to travel. Why would I tell you not to travel? I'm only speaking the truth of what. But if you have the capacity, why? Only what I'm advising you, browse the country that you're going to, browse where you're going to. Try to make an investigation. Try to ask people over that place. Let people over that. If you don't know, call somebody that is in another country. That person can look up to that country and see. They tell me, like somebody called me and said, somebody told me, you can ask me. I will tell you the truth. Somebody called me and said, I want to go to so country. I said, okay, wait. I investigated the country, I investigated and everything. I called somebody that I know that I can tell me the truth, and the person told me to. And I told the person. And I said to the person, if you can stand it, well, the person is the one to make the decision. But my own is to tell the person the truth. And even told the person how the person can get the visa in Nigeria, who to go and meet, and what to get. If you want to, come. My own is to tell you the truth. Because this truth will set me free. Why will I lie to my brethren? Why will I lie to my brothers? Why will I lie to my sister? Why will I lie to people? It's better to say the truth because life is too short. Why will I lie? So that is what I'm saying. I hope I have settled some of your mind. And if you have more, please drop your comment, send me a message, drop a comment, share this video that people will see it. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening to me. I, Jimmy White, I will always be your boy. Thank you for everything and God bless you. I will see you in the next video.
Seems to want to live in the UK anymore. Last year, more than 3,200 millionaires exited the UAE, adding to the more than 12,000 that had already left between 2017 and 2022. And in 2022, I was one of those people. Well, I wasn't a millionaire, but I exited London and the UK to move to Dubai for a better life and much lower taxes and many other reasons. And in the past few years, it seems like everyone who can leave the UK is leaving the UK because the entire country is basically going to the toilet, and in this video I'm going to explain some of the reasons why that is. And it's a real shame to see, by the way, what is happening to this place. When I moved to London for the first time, I loved the place. I was obsessed with the place, and it had a really positive energy about it. It was like the place to be in Europe. But nowadays it just seems like the entire attitude of the country is so negative. Every conversation that I'm having with people from or in the UK is about how much they dislike the UK. Now, the first thing to understand is that the UK is pretty much the poorest rich country. And to see this, all you have to do is look at some objective statistics. Like, for example, if we look at the median income across different sort of wealthy countries, we can see that the UK has almost half the median income of countries like the United States, like Switzerland. Now, if we look at some average statistics like GDP per capita, it still seems like a wealthy country. But the thing about the UK, and this has been the case even before all the things that we're going to talk about in this video, the UK is like a sort of mediocre country with a very wealthy financial industry, specifically the London financial industry, that sort of pushes up all of these average statistics. Like, if you look at the jobs in London and things like this, a lot of the salaries there are very, very average, apart from a couple of industries like finance and sort of professional services industries that are sort of attached to the financial industry in London. But I just say this just to set the context that the UK in general was never at the same level of like the US in terms of development in like technology, for example, and other industries. It's always been sort of a mediocre country, just propped up by this really successful financial industry. But then on top of that, there are a few things that happened in the past few years that have just made things worse and worse and worse for the UK. First of these was Brexit. So when Brexit happened, and whatever you think about that, the fact has been the GDP has been like several percent lower than what it would have been had they stayed in the EU. Then you had the pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic hit the UK especially badly. And when they had all these policies of just lockdowns and closing everything down, and they're like, oh, it's fine, we'll just print money, all of this. Again, I don't want to go into all the politics about that, but the downstream impact from that has been that a lot of businesses have closed down, and with the inflation from the money printing and everything like that, things have got worse and worse and worse. But that is still not all, because then we had the energy crisis in the UK that again was especially bad in the UK because of where they get their energy and things like this. It was pretty bad, and all of this was happening at the same time as all of these other factors. And when you had all of these factors stacked on top of already a fragile economy, you just have a completely toilet economy. And that is still not all, because throughout all of this, the government has been anywhere from mediocre at best to absolutely horrendous at worst in the way that it has been responding to a lot of these events. So all that to say is that the first core reason why everyone is leaving the UK right now is that the economy is just basically in complete toilet, and it's sort of in this vicious cycle that is going to be very, very difficult to get out of. And what ends up happening is that the government doesn't have the finances anymore to fund the healthcare. Like, the healthcare in the UK is deteriorating. It doesn't have the money to fund the infrastructure, all these things. It doesn't have the money, or to be fair, also the willingness to police the crime and things like this, which just leads things to get worse and worse and worse. And what does that lead to? Well, it leads the people at the top who are by design in the best position to actually leave the country and go somewhere else, like Dubai, where I went, or Singapore, or a lot of places in Asia that are actually going up. It leads those people to leave, which means that those people who are precisely the people who are actually paying all the taxes are leaving, which means what? The government has even less money now. So what do they have to do? Well, they kind of have to raise taxes, because otherwise they're going to go bankrupt in the short term. And what does that lead to again? Well, again, the people at the top are going to see, okay, there's more taxes, more tax the rich, all this, for, again, even less services, worse crime, all these kind of things. So they're going to keep leaving again and again and again, which means they're going to have to raise taxes even more. More of them are going to leave. Again, less tax revenue. You see what I mean here? The UK is in this very terrible, vicious cycle that is very, very difficult to get out of, which is why everyone is leaving. And let's just say, I'm very glad I'm not one of the people who has to be worried about this right now, because I don't know how they're going to get out of the situation. But there are other reasons why, even before this, even if this wasn't the case, the UK, at least for me personally, and obviously this is going to be more personal, would not really be my dream country to live in ever. I was never a fan of the UK culture. It just seems like all they want to do is get drunk in pubs and watch football, and they have this very sort of toxic humor. It's a very passive aggressive culture. You never want to say things directly. Whereas I'm just like I like to be a direct person. Like, the culture, at least for me personally, it never really fits in with me that well. It's always been a very negative sort of non-risk taking culture. And there's many historical reasons for this. Obviously, obviously it's a very long history of the class system, of just like trying to keep everything the way they are. I've talked about this previously in my Europe video, where like this is the general European attitude of just trying to take as little risk as possible, keeping things the way they are, rather than something like, this is one of the things that I appreciate about America, is like being more innovative and trying to build new things. The UK doesn't really have that, and that's another reason why culturally it was never really for me. And when you add to this again the terrible economic situation, people are not doing well, people are really like physically struggling, it just makes everything more and more negative. I swear every conversation when I was in the UK for the last year or so that I was there ended up becoming about how much we dislike the UK and how much people want to leave the UK. Luckily I was in the position where I was able to leave, but most people are not. Most people are stuck in their jobs, and I'm not blaming them. Like, it's not an easy situation to be in. It's not easy to get to the point where you're just able to take off to somewhere like Dubai or wherever you want to go. The weather is also absolutely terrible. Now maybe some people like that kind of weather, but just not for me. Cold, it rains, like even in the summer, like it'll just be overcast and raining a lot of the time. Now of course sometimes it's sunny, and when it is sunny in London and it's green, it can be kind of nice. But to me, living in sunshine is just so important. So I just saw it as like, my life is way too short to live 7 months of the year in grey, rain, overcast and cold. Like, that's just not the kind of life I want. So really what the UK is becoming is like Spain and Italy economically, except it doesn't have the weather or the food or the vibes to sort of make up for it. So yeah, not a great situation for the UK. And then of course you have the crime. I remember one of the apartments I lived in London when I was a student, there were literal stabbings. There were stabbings on the street in front of our buildings multiple times during the year when I was there. Multiple times I would hear the police that were arresting yet another person. There was someone being beaten up like on the street where I was living. Now of course not every area is going to be like this, but this is the reality of being in London. It's not even going in the right direction. If it was going in the right direction, I would have some hope, but it's just going in a worse direction. It's in this vicious cycle of with the taxes and like the problems and everything. Everyone's leaving. It's a sinking ship. Like, that's all I can really say. So what should you do then? If you're in the UK right now, how can you leave? Where should you go? How can you save yourself? You as an individual have one life. I think you should focus on improving your life. Go where you are treated best. Don't try to stay and fight and hope and try to just hope like, oh, perhaps the right person will come in that will fix everything. Like, I think your life is just too short to waste your time and your energy on that. I think the first step for anyone is to get a location independent income, an online income source. This can be social media, agency, online business, whatever. There's so many different ways to do this. And the reason why you want to do this is because it means that wherever you are, if that place starts going downhill, you can just take off and leave. So that's going to be your first step. Your second step is to find the place that offers the most for you, ideally for the lowest cost. Now, this is going to be depending on your preferences, on what you like, what you actually are looking for. I was looking for warm weather. I was looking for a place that's safe, that's modern, that's motivating, that's really exciting to me, and also that has very low tax. And for various reasons, Dubai and the UAE, for me, for my preferences, offer the most. If you yourself are interested in moving to Dubai, by the way, I have partnered with 2 business partners who are experts in the business setup space in Dubai. They can help you exit the UK or whatever country you're in right now and get set up in Dubai and the UAE with your business, your tax residence, your family, everything in as little as a month. What they offer is a free 45-minute consultation down below where they can walk you through the entire process, explain to you how everything works, and then you can make your decision yourself for you and use the services if you want to. After you have decided where you want to go, whether it's Dubai or Singapore or Switzerland or wherever you want to go, your next step is going to become a non-resident in the UK. Now, the UK has these residence tests that you want to look at to ensure that you're able to exit yourself out of the tax net of the UK. Now, this is going to be beyond the scope of this video, but I'm going to make a second full video on the specific process of exiting the UK, how I did it, everything like that. So subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss that one. But after you have done that, that means you are now non-resident in the UK. So you're no longer taxable in the UK. You're going to be able to just pack up and leave and go to your new life in your new country. That is what I recommend everyone do. I don't recommend you stay in the UK. But with that said, I've given you sort of a high-level overview of why the UK is sort of going downhill. But previously, around a year ago, I made a full video on all of my personal reasons why I left London forever and why I'm never going back there.